See you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, right out of Oklahoma City. I'm here hanging out with Cody from the band Hinder. What's up, dude?
Not shit, man. Just hanging out. What's up?
Looks like you're in your truck. Are you guys still in Oklahoma City, or did you guys move?
I'm back in Oklahoma City. Yeah, I actually, my sister and her husband are celebrating their 15-year anniversary, and we came out to dinner with them, and then all of a sudden I got the reminder for the podcast. I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot.
I forgot myself. So you guys are out to dinner, Oklahoma. So does the band still live in? You know what? Before I even say that, I want to say something to my audience members. They're always telling me, you got to get more bands from Oklahoma on. You got to get. Look, hey, I got Hinder. They're from Oklahoma City. All right, doesn't get much bigger than that in this area. So you guys get signed a long time ago. Do you? After that happens, does the band need to move away from Oklahoma and move some more? You guys allowed to stay in the area?
Yeah. So two of the guys have, you go out on the road, you meet girls out on the road, you marry girls from the road, right? And then you go away. That's how that works. So yeah. So now two of our guys are one lives in Atlanta and one lives in South Carolina.
Okay, so kind of spread out.
The rest of them still in Oklahoma.
Okay.
City. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are spread out. And with technology nowadays, it's way easier to be in a band and kind of live wherever you want to live and still be able to make good music. So I was reading on, Wikipedia, for as true as that may be, whatever they have on there. When you guys first started playing, you guys played a lot at the Blue Note. Is that accurate?
We did, yeah, man. That's I guess that was it was our second start. Our very first bar that we ever played at was at a place called the Samurai Sake House. Do you remember the Samurai?
I think it's a Japanese steakhouse, obviously, right?
Well, it was kind of. But
kind of?
It was the filthiest Chinese bar that you could imagine. I remember playing at this bar and looking down. They had a built-in drum riser, and I remember looking down, and there was blood splattered all across the little banner, some kind of beer banner advertisement. It was blood splattered all over. That kind of place. And so we started playing at the Samurai, and I remember why that stopped. It got control. Our crowds got big really fast, and
right.
So it became these college parties at this little dive bar. And then one of my buddies had a dad that was real controlling and real psycho. He would kind of stalk him, and he would come and sit across the street. And when we played one night, he called the cops. Well, we had a bunch of it was a college party, man. There were underage chicks everywhere. Right, so the cops came in, they shut that place down. We moved over to the Blue Note, and it was just every time we played there, man, it was chaos. It was awesome. So we played there every other Friday night for a couple of years, man. It was amazing. It was awesome. Good times at the Blue Note.
How surreal is it to be in this band that's really taking its own form? That's what happens when you get super famous. The band kind of takes its own form. How surreal is it to be a part of that dream, coming from Oklahoma City and now doing all these big things? Do you ever pinch yourself sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. We've been doing it so long now. I don't know, I think we're now on our 16-year anniversary coming up, I guess, of our first album. So we've been doing it for a long time. But yeah, man, for real. I think that's the biggest thing, right, for us. That we can't believe that after this long, we're still here doing it. We never thought that we'd be here this long. That's a pretty big accomplishment for anybody. Yeah,
you guys are got. I always want to say abducted, but you guys got inducted into the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame, right? Abductee just kind of flows off for some reason, flows out easily.
Right.
Easier. But yeah, you guys got inducted to the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame. So was that like a ceremonial type event? I mean, a very proud moment, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, dude, it was insane, man. I mean, it was a very formal event, and for guys like us, I'm sure you can imagine that's always weird. But like, I don't know, man. Like, we didn't really think we belonged in there. You know what I mean? Like, among all those like really amazing, super talented artists, songwriters, musicians. We have a pretty rich history in music in Oklahoma that most people don't realize. It's not just Toby Keith. It's not just Garth Brooks. I mean, there are a lot of really great musicians out there, from Oklahoma. So, I mean, that's a huge honor for us. We're proud Okies. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We brag about it quite often, even still.
Yeah, I say I live in when I on the podcast. I always say, I mentioned my name from Oklahoma City. I really live in Yukon, but
Okay.
but like I'm not on like the edge, like the Oklahoma City, Yukon, Mustang, like kind of area, But I did live mostly in Oklahoma City. But I love the Yukon area, man. I love the Yukon area. Okay, so going back to the band tours. Do you have like a favorite tour that just kind of sticks out in your head that was a super, super fun time for you?
Yeah, I mean, man, we have fun on every tour. Obviously, we get carried away on all of them. But, from a support standpoint, I would say, the Nickelback tour was really fun. I'd probably get shit for that, but like they're really
Who gives a
great
shit? That's
dudes,
cool.
man.
Yeah.
Well, the stigma there, but no, I mean they're great.
Yeah.
They're a great band, honestly, and they're good dudes, and they treated us like gold. Like honestly, like we got really close with those dudes. But then after that, we did that Bad Boys of Rock tour where we like the first like big headline tour, and it was Papa Roach was a direct support. But Theory was right before them, and then we talked about Rev Theory. They were on I think they were first or four on that bill. So it was a really good package, and I don't know, man. How crazy is that to go and headline like a tour that big?
I know, dude. That's sick.
Playing after a band like Papa Roach. I mean, come on, dude. Like they're amazing. Like how the hell does that even happen? So for us, that's something that we'll always remember and we'll always cherish. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
So.
I want to give you a chance to respond to Maddie from Rev Theory when we had him on the show. He said that on tour, he had a blast with you guys on tour, and he had mentioned that he remembers somebody getting their balls tattooed while you guys were on tour. Now, is that a legit story? Do you remember? Was that you that did that, or someone else in the band?
Dude, I don't think my balls are that big. Like, I just have to come out and admit it right now. No, okay. So the deal with that is our guitar player Blower. He has this like. This is gonna sound really weird, but like he has this like amazing nutsack. So it's like it's so like stretchy. Right? Like he can pull it out like it to where it looks like a flying squirrel, but like his dick will totally disappear. Like his nutsack is so big. And so he always like did this trick where he would like pull out his nutsack and everything would disappear, and there's this like hole where his dick should be, right? So we would always douse it with hairspray and light it on fire, and that was like the tour trick, right? So yeah. We named it. He could like do all these other tricks where he could like wrap a Red Bull can like in his nutsack. It was like that.
And to be fair, if anyone can do that with their nutsack, you're gonna like show it off and show people like,
Oh,
look what I can
why
do.
not? Why would you not,
why
right?
not?
So anyway, so we nicknamed this thing Tarpy. You know, it's like big enough to be like you could. It's like use it as a tarp. So it's Tarpy. And so we were always like, you know, coming up with stupid ideas because we were drinking all day back then. You know, like just waking up, partying, like doing our thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so there was a tattoo artist at the show, and you know, we were all hammered and came up with, hey, dude, you should put Tarpy on your nutsack. And Blower being the awesome dude that he is, you know, he's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Fuck it, let's go. Let's do it.
So he did it, man, and so he's got all these like little tattoos and like I don't know, that all have a really cool, funny story. So, but that's one of them, yeah.
Do you guys still, I mean, you're getting older now. We're all getting a little bit older, right? So going on tour now, is it still as much fun or do things that are just as crazy? Or is it like people are married now, they got kids. They got to think about like their actual futures, like their kids' future. So is it still like balls to the wall or is it like, hey, let's just do the show and go back and take naps after you play?
Noel, you know, we always kind of feel that way now, like before the show, like shit, man, I don't know. But we put like rules on ourselves now where we have to wait for the most part. I mean, we still drink throughout the day. Like we'll go to lunch, have some beers, whatever. But we don't really start drinking until an hour before the show. Now, so
right, you don't want to get super trash and go on stage because that sounds fun when you're younger, but the older you get, you're like, man, I really don't want to be as hammered as I was. Right. You know, everyone has their moments of like, all right, I'm done with that shit.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, in an hour, you know, you can pound really hard in an hour and get pretty drunk and feel good enough to where you're like, you know, you feel good, right? You're having fun. The problem is like through the show, so that's another hour and a half that you're drinking, right? So then after the show, man, you're pretty lit up, like you're ready to throw down and have a good time, right? So yeah, I mean we still do our thing. I mean, it's definitely nothing like it used to be, but I mean we definitely still have a good time and throw down a little bit.
That's awesome, man. Have you guys thought about planning like a road home, kind of like, you know, MTV used to do like the road home. I don't know if they even do that anymore. That tells my age. I don't know what does. But have you ever been asked like do like a road home like video just for like, you know, HBO or any network really? Has that ever come into a conversation?
You know what? I actually never have thought about that. You know, that's actually a really great idea. That's something that would be really cool. I feel like to, you know, let our fans to our world now. You know, it is a little different than it used to be. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know, it's like the entire industry is so different now that I feel like that may be really interesting for people to see now, you know, like, you know, you think about it a little bit more on a business level now, like your own bus, you know, like we have to make smarter business decisions. Everybody in the industry does, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that may be a real cool idea, man, to try something like that.
Yeah, if you guys did, I would definitely show up to a concert. I don't go to that many concerts. I do now, I think more since I started the podcast, but I wasn't so much of a concert goer. But yeah, you guys do a road home. I mean, like I said, I live like right in Oklahoma City pretty much. So that's something I would, and you know, probably if it was at the Blue Note, I definitely would be there.
Dude,
I would definitely go.
We've talked about that for so many years, man. Like just doing a random concert at the Blue Note. I think that would be fucking awesome.
But like, don't tell anyone, just surprise the audience that's there, because then it'd make it super intimate for just the people that are there. You know, that'd be super neat, man. But let me know if you do that so that I can be there.
All right, will do.
I know you're super busy. Just a couple more questions. Do you have a favorite song that you love to play during your live shows?
I mean, it's always fun to play the big hits. You know what I mean? Just to watch everybody sing along. Like, it's always cool to play a song that everybody knows the lyrics to. They know the words, can sing, and that's always cool. But we have a new song, new-ish, I guess, at this point, off our last album, called "King of the Letdown." It's kind of a crowd participation song, and it's just kind of like a song about being a loser but being proud of it. You know what I mean? And I don't know, that song goes over really well live, and it's just, for some reason, it's got that really cool groove. It's really fun to play. So that was really fun. So if you haven't heard it, maybe go check that one out.
Yeah, I did listen to all your songs over the past couple weeks to make sure that I was kind of prepared for this. Even though I didn't talk about it on the show, I was like kind of overly prepared, just a little bit for it. But are you guys going to do any tours coming up, or are you also kind of waiting to let COVID die down? Because I know different bands are doing different things.
Yeah, so we waited, right when everything took off, with COVID. We waited a year. And then we kind of, after everybody got vaccinated, blah, 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 whatever, we kind of just decided that, we kind of had to go out and do some things, like it was, you have to go out and make a living. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So we actually just came off of a 5-week tour. We made it, believe it or not, we made it through the entire tour up until we made it after we played the last show. And after that show, Marshall, our singer, was like, he took a drink of something. He's like, well, that's weird. I don't taste anything. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I swear to God.
Fuck.
And he's like, well, shit, I can't smell anything. And so we had tests on the bus, just because the tour manager's awesome, and he has them. And he took a test, and sure as shit, man, it was positive. Our drum tech took one. He was positive, but the rest of us got or we're lucky and we're negative. So
yeah, man, nobody got super sick then, I guess. I mean, the band's still playing, everyone's fine, so that would be devastating.
We got lucky, man. Like, well, then there were a couple other guys that had some symptoms, but ended up being sick like several days later, had some symptoms, but it wasn't too bad. Like, everybody was okay. I've been one of the lucky ones, so I haven't got it yet. So
I had it twice, man.
Really?
Yeah, I had it twice. Both times I was fine though. Both times I don't know if it's a blood type thing. There's all these different conspiracies, and I don't. There I go coughing. See, I mentioned now I might have it again.
You're dying, dude.
Are you guys? It's like one of those things where you laugh about it, and then some people are super serious. It's like, God, you just don't know. Anyways, are you guys signed, or are you guys independent right now?
We are independent. We did our last album, which is our very first one that we have done independently.
Cool.
And so we haven't really done any music. We've written music, recorded new music. We haven't released anything since. So yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen there as far as the near future, if we're going to record any new music or release any new music.
Nothing's set in stone right now.
Yeah, everything's up in the air, man. People are paying attention to everything else. There's a lot going on in the world, and
sure
everybody's dealing with their own shit, and it's hard to focus. It seems like, so we're just gonna kind of just take it day by day and kind of see what we want to do.
Well, man, I definitely appreciate you coming on last minute notification, coming on to the show and talking with me Like, that is super cool. I'm so happy that the band that you were able to join and give, just tell some stories. And what we like doing on the show is kind of bullshitting a little bit, It's always more fun to bullshit than ask serious questions. So I like it anyways better that way. So I'm looking forward to hopefully something new does come from you guys in the near future. That would be super good. And if anyone out there, obviously everyone knows who Hinder is. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to your new music as well. Hopefully maybe 2022. We'll see. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe a road home. But hey, man, don't go anywhere. Stay right there. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention that maybe I didn't bring up about the band that you feel is kind of important to talk about?
No, man. I mean, honestly, you're awesome. It's cool just to, just bullshit with somebody who's like from our world. So,
hell yeah, man.
Dude, anytime you want to talk, let me know, man. I'm here.
I appreciate it. All right, stay right there. I want to thank everyone that listens to The Loud Spot. Go to www.theloudspot.net. Also, our Patreon page is theloudspot.com/the Patreon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. And that's all I got to say. They find my outro song. I always fuck this up. All right, here we go. Peace out, rock on, and much love.
This is The Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this The Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Does everything that's good really have to end? A pin post has a pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.